Ever feel like you've been handed a rule book for life, but none of the rules seem to apply to you? Yeah. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to tear down some of those unspoken struggles of modern life and sketch out a new blueprint for building a life that actually feels solid, authentic, and, well, yours. Okay, let's just start with a really basic truth that somehow gets lost in all the noise. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Simple as that. So if you feel like you're struggling, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means you're human. I promise you, behind every perfect photo and every confident post, there's a real person figuring out their own stuff. And this is the modern trap in a nutshell, isn't it? We're living our real lives, the messy, complicated, behind-the-scenes version, and we're constantly comparing it to everyone else's perfectly edited highlight reel. It is the absolute fastest way to feel like you're falling behind because you're comparing your entire journey to just their final, polished photo. So, this means we have to completely flip the script on how we think about this. A great life isn't something you just find, like a lucky penny on the street. No way. It's something you have to build. It's a conscious act, putting it together piece by piece, choice by choice, especially on the days when it feels really hard. So, if we're building this life, what's the fuel? A lot of us wait around for motivation to strike like lightning. But the thing is, motivation is just a feeling. It's fickle. It comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, that's the engine. That's the system that keeps you moving forward, even when you're tired, uninspired, or just not feeling it. And, an unavoidable part of building anything is having to make repairs along the way. That's healing. But we've got to be real about what that looks like. It's not a quick fix. It's not a clean, straight line to better. It's messy. Some days are good, some days are awful, and that's not a step backward. That's just part of the process. Every setback has a lesson baked into it. And listen, you're not building this thing all alone. The people you surround yourself with are so critical. Think of it this way. The people in your life are either charging your battery or they're draining it. There's really no in between. So you've got to be kind of ruthless about protecting your energy and keeping people around who actually clap when you win. Does this feel familiar? That panicked feeling like you're in a race against some invisible clock? It's super common, especially in your 20s and 30s. It seems like you're scrolling and everyone's getting engaged, buying a house, launching some amazing business, and the pressure to just keep up can feel absolutely crushing. Okay, but here is the antidote to all that anxiety. You have to remember, your timeline is your own. Life is not a race. There's no standardized finish line. These years, right now, they're not just for collecting achievements. They are for exploring. They're for trying things, messing up, and figuring out who you actually are, not just who you thought you were supposed to be. And a huge part of that whole exploration thing is changing how you think about failure. We're taught that it's the opposite of success, right? But it's not. It's a necessary ingredient. Failure isn't a dead end. It's just data. It's a stepping stone. I guarantee you, every single person you look up to has failed way more times than they've succeeded. They just learned how to not let it be the end of the story. So, when you boil everything down, discipline, healing, your timeline, your friends, it all points back to one huge central idea. Your career, your relationships, your hobbies, those are all just branches on the tree. The trunk, the foundation, the biggest and most important project you will ever work on is yourself. So, what does that actually look like, working on yourself? Well, you can think of it like a four-part system. It all starts with your mindset. That's the story you're telling yourself inside your own head. That story then shapes the habits you build. Those habits are then held up by discipline, especially when you don't feel motivated. And the whole thing is powered by protecting your energy. Which brings us to a really important, kind of tough gut check question. The life you're building, are you choosing it because it feels right to you? Or are you choosing it because it's what your parents or society or your friends expect of you? Living an authentic life isn't just a nice idea. It's the only real foundation for feeling fulfilled. Now let me add a deceptively simple tool to your life-building toolkit. It's gratitude. I know. It can sound a little cliche, but the simple act of consciously shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have is one of the fastest ways to totally rewire your brain. And the difference between these two ways of thinking is like night and day. A life focused on lack is just a recipe for feeling anxious all the time, always chasing the next thing. But a life focused on gratitude, it feels richer and calmer right now, in this moment. Even if literally nothing on the outside has changed, you're just changing the lens. And that, I think, brings us to the beautiful and frustrating truth about life. It's never just one thing. It is all at once, totally messy, and absolutely beautiful. It's painful, and it's full of second chances. The point isn't to get rid of the tough stuff, but to learn how to hold both at the same time. To find the little quiet miracles that are hiding inside all the confusion. So let's end with this thought. Every small choice you make, every time you choose discipline over comfort, every single time you get back up after you fall, it's not for nothing. You're sending a gift to the person you're becoming. Your future self is going to be so thankful that you didn't give up today. Thanks for watching.